This was no ordinary fishing trip, and these are not fishermen, but young scientists frantically collecting fish as the oil continues to spread. They want to get a handle on the size of the fish populations before the damage is done, so they can work out later just how the oil spill affects fish stocks in the Gulf of Mexico. Packed in ice and shipped off to Dauphin Island Sea Lab, a major research facility for marine animals, birds and plants, it's a race against time. Ruth Carmichael studies manatees at Sea Lab.
Really, people have been scrambling to go out and gather data now, even if it's not on a regular sampling schedule, to make sure we have preconditioned information that's really fresh and new and current, and that we can do the best we can to sort of work as a group and as a community to share that information.
Dauphin Island is home to just over 1,000 people, but it has more than 350 species of birds. Many of them, like the stately heron, feed on fish and other aquatic life.
These are first-year juvenile and adult brown pelican.
John Dindo is Sea Lab's bird expert.
Just imagine that those birds there, when they are feeding, are diving into the water. And so they're going to encounter oil.
Dindo is preparing for the worst. He says all these birds rely on the sea for their food.
That's an osprey. That's a fish hawk.
Oh, wow.
That's a diving bird, dives on fish. You watch him, he'll come up out of the water and he'll turn into the wind and shake to shed the water.
The oil will make shedding that water very difficult, and even a de-oiling effort on this island will have many casualties.
Even the process of de-oiling birds has a high mortality rate, because you're not only going to take off the oil that they encountered in the water, you're taking out their natural oils. And then temperature regulation becomes a very big factor. So even after you're trying your best to save them, you still have mortality.
Even if the spill doesn't reach land, it affects the ecosystem out in the Gulf. Many larger animals in the water rely on subaquatic vegetation for food. Any measure of the impact will depend on how quickly the flow of oil can be stemmed. Nathan King for VOA News, Dauphin Island, Alabama.